It's time for the show that brings the magic right to your speakers. Ears Up!
All right, everyone, welcome back. It's another fine edition of the Ears Up podcast. I realized that, over the years, I've kind of just done the same intro. So I wonder if anyone's really going to be able to tell without looking at what episode this really is. It's the same exact thing all the time.
Well, it's funny. TuneIn has been doing this thing for some reason where, like, every time I click on our new episode to listen to it, because I'm super vain and I have to listen to our episodes.
Someone has to.
I start listening to it, and it's always the one prior to the one that I'm looking for. It jumps back one, and it drives me crazy because I don't notice it till 5 minutes in, and I'm like, you got me again.
Curse you, TuneIn Radio. Well, the good news is you can just go to our website, which is earsup-podcast.com, ears with a Z, which is pretty good.
Because we wanted to make things easy for everyone.
We want to make it cool and hip.
Easy.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks, Terrence. Thanks for joining us again for another episode of Ears Up. Hope you're having a good time with us as usual. Terrence is a Terrence-heavy episode for all you Terrence fans out there. Terrence is going to be running through...
Terrence.
We have one.
Yeah, you and my mom. That's about it.
Angry Becca's like, I'm over that guy.
Yeah, for real.
Terrence is going to be taking us through the next 2 years of Disney movies, which is going to be pretty cool, actually. He has 3 pages of notes in front of him.
Yeah.
And so it's basically, if you like us for our opinions, this is the show for you.
Yes.
We have a lot of content. We have a lot of opinions to hand out. And so, yeah, it should be a good time. Before we do that, we're on iTunes. You can go on and rate us. That'd be cool. And, leave us some feedback. If you want to email us feedback, go to Terran at earsup-podcast.com. We're on social networks. We're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Join us. Get your friends in there. And we post some cool stuff like, whenever the show comes out. But the other day I posted a picture I called Proto Disneyland, which is essentially an aerial view of the orange grove that used to be Disneyland.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's the 5 right there with, what is that, Catella or
West
Ball or
Catella,
whatever.
Ball,
crossing right there. It's really cool. I don't know. And the Disneyland blog, Disneyland Park blog posted that, and I was like, that's amazing. I'm going to steal that. I don't know. Cool stuff. So, we like to party over on social media. If you have any compliments for whatever reason, if you just want, just email Terrence. He needs friends. He feels a little lonely. Terrence, TERRENCE at earsup-podcast.com. Anything else goes to Jason at the aforementioned Earl. Excuse me. We also have our blog, so check that out too. You can just go straight to earsup-podcast.com. It's not only just shows. We have blog entries and photos and all that kind of fun stuff. It's also a great way to support us. If you do your Amazon shopping, we have an Amazon link, and you can click right through there, and helps us a little bit, helps you a lot because you get some cool stuff from Amazon, and it's a win-win, man. If you don't want to do that, or if you want to do that, but also want to help out a little bit more, donating $1 a show, you can donate. That's really cool. We have some cool donors out there. We also have a few of you reoccurring donors, a certain amount a month, and comes right out of your thing. You never even know about it, and it helps us because this thing is a labor of love. That's for sure, man.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, we have to mention our our other side project, which is Covears. You can go to getcovears.com. That's GETCOVEARS.com. And what Covears are stretchable, fun ways to customize your Mickey Mouse ear hats in the park. There's yellow and white polka dots. There's red and white polka dots. There's a leopard print, all that kind of stuff. And they're just cute little covers that go right over the black, boring ears on your Mickey Mouse hats. You can match them with your outfit and kind of do all sorts of fun stuff. So check them out, please. Getcovears.com. No feedback today, right?
Nope.
That's a rare feedbackless
Yeah.
show, man. That means Terrence is up 4 minutes early.
I think it means we're doing something right.
Or we're zooming through this.
Maybe.
Like, you want to talk about something non-Disney for a minute? Like,
Sure.
the size of people's ear holes or something?
Oh,
or?
that's right. So that's what we were going to talk about. I forgot. Thank you very much. In the beginning of the show, before we went live,
That look right there, Taryn. That's the reason why.
Taryn is talking and this is like a window into my life because we're sitting here and we just did some recording and kind of ready to go live, and she goes, "Do you think it's bad to have things in your ears all the time?" And that silence is kind of what happened in the room, and we're like, and we've learned really recently to just let Taryn get those questions out and then ask her own follow-up questions, because 9 times out of 10, nobody knows what she's talking about. Sometimes not even her. And then, what were you talking about, Taryn?
Well, okay, so we have cats, and they're loud at about 4 in the morning when they decide that they need food, and we didn't feed
Just
them
go straight
or
to
whatever. Yeah, okay,
thing.
fine. So I wear those little squishy things in my ears.
Earplugs.
Earplugs.
Yeah, those.
Okay, great.
I wear those at night.
If only there was just a really easy name for those squishy things that you put in your
The
ears.
plugs
Yeah,
that you put in your ears.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Continue,
Okay,
Taryn, please.
Earplugs. I wear earplugs. But then I also ride a train into work every day for an hour. And so I also wear headphones for an hour. And I'm not really listening to anything ever. I just have them in because I don't want to hear the sounds.
Right.
And then I get to work. And then at work, sometimes I'm listening to music through my headphones. So I just have things in my ear all the time. And then I realized, like, I have this thing on my ear and it's not in my ear, but it's on my ear. And I was like, wow, there's things on my ear, like, all the time. And I would just wonder if that's not good for you.
You should breathe in between sentences. Take
Well,
a moment.
you wanted me to get it out, so I
No,
got
I
it
wanted
out.
you to get to the point, and you did great. And then, but you said something else about one ear hurting more
Yeah.
than the other.
Well, okay, my left. What is that? No, lobe is the tangy thing.
Yes.
What's the inside
Ear
part?
canal.
My left ear canal, I think, is smaller than my right one because I wake up and my left one hurts, but my right one's fine.
So, and this is when I was like, we're just going to go live and do this on the air, because the squishy whatevers, we still don't have a name for them. The little purple foam things.
I've heard they're called earplugs.
Yes! God, you're so good. They conform to your ear, so you wouldn't notice.
Right.
Why would one hurt and the other one
Because
wouldn't?
I think that my ear canal is too small for even that thing.
It's
and
it's
no,
foam.
it's stretching too much. Like,
It's not like stretchable insulation and where it fills the space. It just conforms to whatever. It doesn't push anything out. Maybe it's because
I
you're
think it does.
sleep, but it can't. It's not your body. Your cartilage is stronger than the
Than
foam.
foam.
What if it's not?
Oh my God, it is.
But then why do I feel like my ear canal is bruised?
I think because maybe you sleep on it,
Or maybe you're pushing it in too far.
or maybe you're pushing it in too far.
Well, I'm pushing it in really far because I don't want it to
See-
I feel it in my ear.
That might be the problem.
It's too
Yeah, it's
far,
too far.
dummy. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but you can't have it sticking out because then I can't sleep. Like I can't.
No.
sleep on-
What I do is I roll up and I put them like halfway in, and then I hold it there,
Right.
and I let it expand
Until it forms,
until it
exactly.
fills up, so it's not in all the
But
way.
it's sticking out.
Yeah, sure.
Are
Yeah,
you a side sleeper?
Yeah.
Oh, then okay, then I
No,
understand that.
so am I.
Right, but you don't have. Do you have earplugs in?
Yeah, because we have cats that itch themselves for
Huh.
no reason.
Yeah, and I have
They're
to
all
keep,
medicated. There's no fleas.
Huh.
Mine
They're
has
just
to be all
insane.
the way in my ear, otherwise it like hits on the pillow.
Yeah.
I think you should just deal with it. Anyway, that's the kind of behind the scenes, backstage, whatever that you get here on EarzUp
Those are my
Podcast.
thinks.
Well, someone.
We
has to
should have a
take
new segment. Terrence thinks.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have way more than just that.
Yes.
Oh my God, I would be scared. What would they be about? What would be another one?
I don't know. I-
Was that one?
That
Was the just another one, or
that was part of one.
okay? All right.
Well, like I don't know. I wonder a lot of things.
What's
throughout day.
okay? Give me one thing you wondered about on Bart on the way home here today.
Oh, I don't know. This might be inappropriate.
Well, then use your best
It
judgment.
wasn't. No. So I was sitting next to a little person,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
but I was reading Game of Thrones,
Tyrion Lannister.
and I was concerned that my thought when I took out the book was that he was going to be offended. Like maybe he didn't like Game of Thrones because of their. Stop! I can't can get this out because you guys are laughing.
I'm not laughing. I'm looking at Terrence. Close your eyes and get this thought out, please, while I maintain eye contact with Terrence.
I had this concern that this little person might be offended by the fact that be offended by Game of Thrones, and so when I was reading it, I had this concern that he would see the word Tyrion and be like, oh, I hate that book, and I felt bad.
New segment of the show is Terrence Things. I'm calling it right now. We need that.
Oh my God. I don't even want to analyze it. I don't even know.
Oh. Taryn, you are my favorite.
Thank you. This is why I get headaches.
Oh my God. Now that's why I get headaches.
Oh.
Okay, well, there you go, Taryn. So from now on, I need you to write those down.
Yes.
And we'll do them on the show.
Okay.
All right. You did great, Taryn.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, please. All right, Terrence, what do you got for us, man?
All right, so
Tell me about Disney movies.
I expanded and whittled down this list of all of the Disney affiliated movies coming out. So not just Disney proper, but Pixar, Marvel, a couple of DreamWorks movies in there as well. There's a lot of movies coming out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies coming out within the next 2 years. So we're going to start going through this and talking about some of the movies and some of the ideas, most of which have been done before. And Disney's just redoing it. And I want, at the end of each movie, I want to ask you guys, it's like what you do with the previews. You know, the previews of the movies, and it's like, in a world. And they do the whole thing, and at the end, you're like, not seeing it, like out loud. Yeah. We're going to do that today. We're going to say whether or not
were you sitting next to me when I saw Cinderella? Or
Oh, no. I think that was everyone saying, going to see that. So we're going to, I'm going to ask you guys if you would like to see it. And if yes, then why? And if not, then no. So we're going to go from the most recent ones to the ones that are pushed way out. So the first one is called Inside Out, and it's a Pixar movie. So I'm going to read the premise. Inside 11-year-old Riley Anderson's mind, 5 living emotions are hard at work, led by lighthearted optimist Joy, whose mission is to make sure Riley stays happy. Fear heads up safety. Anger ensures all is fair. Disgust prevents Riley from getting poisoned by both physically and socially, and from eating broccoli. Sadness isn't exactly sure what her role is, and frankly, neither do any of the other emotions know her role. And it's because of that the others bully her and are mean to her. Even Joy bullies her. When Riley's family relocates to a scary new city, the emotions are on the job, eager to help and guide her through the difficult transition. But when joy and sadness are inadvertently swept into the far reaches of Riley's mind, taking some of her core memories with them, fear, anger, and disgust are left reluctantly in charge. Joy and sadness must venture through unfamiliar places, including long-term memory, imagination land, abstract thought, and dream productions, with help from Riley's old imaginary friend, Bing Bong, in a desperate effort to get back to headquarters and Riley.
Bing Bong.
Bing Bong. That's the name of her imaginary friend.
Okay.
So starring in the movie as Joy is Amy Poehler. Sadness is Phyllis Smith. If you ever watched The Office, she was Phyllis on The Office.
Okay.
Fear is Bill Hader. Disgust is Mindy Kaling, also from The Office. And anger is Lewis Black. Comes out June 19th. Would you guys want to see that?
No.
Why not?
I'm completely bored. First of all, it was a show on Fox called Herman's Head in the 90s.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
that was a really good show.
It was great. I just don't. Do I want to see it? No, I don't really. I don't think I care.
Have you seen the previews though?
It looks good.
Like
I saw one
previews?
preview. I don't know. It just seems like it's essentially here are these stereotypical characters that we're going to have, and we're going to crowbar in laughs. I don't know. I don't really need to see it. I might find it on the internet for free.
Okay.
I will say that the very first one I saw, I was like, what has Pixar done?
Right.
But then the one that the preview that I saw when I watched Cinderella, I thought it was great. I was like, I can't wait for this movie.
Oh yeah.
You can't wait? Like really? Like
yeah, no,
you're going to pay $8. We're not going to rent it. You're just going to not wait for Netflix.
If we could get it.
No, but I'm saying, like, are you going to... It can't wait to me means you're going to the movies
I would
to
like
see
to.
it. Okay. Really?
Yeah.
I take my boys to see it. I think they'd like it. But also, just looking at the previews, it looks pretty funny.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't interest me. The emotions of a little girl...
But it's not just that. It's
and
actually
joy and sadness meeting Bing Bong.
It's the emotions of everyone. Like in the trailer, it's the mom, the daughter. The mom says, "Honey, what's wrong?" And the daughter says, "Nothing." And then you go into the mom's mind, and there's 5 emotions there saying she said nothing. What's really wrong?
Yeah.
Get the attention of the husband, and it goes to the husband, and the emotions are watching hockey inside of his head, not paying attention to what's going on. I think it's a funny looking movie.
That's sexist.
It reminded me.
That's sexist. We're teaching the children.
Geez.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
It reminded me a lot of like Up, like the not the storyline or anything like that, but emotionally it reminded me of Up, like
Okay.
like getting you at those heartstrings, like the like exactly that part that you just mentioned with the mom, and it's like it's not just the daughter who like you see her say okay. And she doesn't really mean okay.
Right.
And then the mom's like, well, what? But she didn't mean that. What does she mean? And like everybody's doing that constantly, or just me. But people are doing that all the time. You know.
Right.
I thought it was really cute.
I'd watch
I'm
it.
really excited.
Okay, great. You guys, when you guys go, tell me how it is.
No, you'll be with us. All right. So the next one is, in my opinion, one of the worst superheroes ever. Ant-Man.
Hey, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. So before Taryn, have you even heard of Ant-Man before?
I will honestly say I have heard of Ant-Man for the very first time today, and not from you.
Really?
I listened to a radio show for 5 minutes on my way to the train, and I listened to that today, and they said something about the new Avengers movie, and they mentioned Ant-Man, and I went, what? And now you've just said it, and so this is now the second time I've ever heard the term Ant-Man.
Huh. Well, I'll tell you about it, and let's see if you're still interested. So, armed with a super suit with the astonishing ability to shrink in scale but increase in strength, thief Scott Lang must aid his mentor, Dr. Hank Pym, in safeguarding the mystery of the Ant-Man technology from various new threats and a plot heist that will save the Earth. Starring Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas, out on July 17th.
No. So I will say, my nephew, and I really want to call Anthony right now because he keeps up on these superheroes that I've never heard of. Like I asked him, like, who in the world is Ant-Man? He's, oh yeah, he's been around for a long time and he's a pretty basic character. But I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about a guy in a suit who can shrink down. I don't know. Adventures in Inner Space. Seen it.
Yes, that was a great
that's
movie,
a good
by
movie.
the way.
Yeah, love it.
But for me, okay, this is a weird thing, and I had this conversation with someone at work. Up until the casting of Paul Rudd as an action hero, as a superhero in this, it's the worst casting since Michael Keaton in the Batman movies.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked Michael Keaton as
He was-
Batman.
Oh my God, really? Wait, what?
What?
I just tuned out for a second,
He
thinking
was
about if I should call
terrible.
Anthony.
He was terrible. He's not believable as Bruce Wayne. What girl? What woman in the world would find him attractive? Michael Keaton.
He was older. He was in
Really?
his 40s.
Michael Keaton.
Why
really?
not? What's so wrong with him?
What is
He
wrong
was
with him?
not an attractive man at all.
Well, that's according to you. There are people who will find him attractive.
Okay.
Either way.
Yes.
Okay, so just on looks aside, you think he was terrible as Batman?
I don't think he was very good at all.
Oh my! Who's your favorite Batman? If you say Christian Bale, I'll kill you. I will open a vein.
Adam West. Is that better? Actually, my favorite.
It's better.
Because it was camping, but my favorite, the one I thought best fit both roles was Val Kilmer.
Oh my!
He was definitely had the looks to be the billionaire playboy, and he looked like he was in shape enough to actually beat someone up. George Clooney wasn't good at that. Michael Keaton, if I saw
Michael Keaton's the best Batman.
Michael Keaton's the best
I
Batman.
completely disagree with you.
And Jack Nicholson's the best Joker.
Oh, you're absolutely wrong.
Yeah. Well,
100%
Heath
wrong.
Ledger was an amazing Joker.
Heath
He
Ledger
was
Heath Ledger
amazing.
played Joker the way Joker was supposed to be played.
No.
Yes.
Incorrect.
By the comics, yes, it was.
Incorrect. That's incorrect. That's just incorrect.
You take
Terrence
the rest
just
of my
quit.
notes.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Great. Turn his mic off. Okay, so the next movie coming out is Brit. It's fine. It's all right. I mean, I've just, later on we'll talk about what it feels like to be wrong. So Anyway, Paul Rudd.
That's horrible.
I don't like Paul Rudd. People love him. I just don't find
Really?
him funny.
I think he's good.
Oh, I
He's
think
probably
he's
a better
fantastic.
writer-producer than an actor, but I don't know. I haven't seen much, so I don't know. I feel like such an old man when you do these shows. It's great. I like it because I just don't really care about him.
I just Paul Rudd's not a very good it's not a good casting, and I don't understand why we have to have.
See, Angry Becca's in the chat room
Yeah.
telling you not to come home because of your weird opinions that
Whatever.
nobody else has.
And
So
she's
we have a spare
angry.
room.
You can see how angry she is. As
Yeah.
well. It's just I don't know. I don't understand why we have to have like every Marvel superhero has to have a movie.
I agree with that. Like, really, Ant-Man? That's really stupid.
There's a part from the trailer where he's flying on the back of like a dragonfly or something. Like, why is this necessary?
So the Dragonfly is more powerful than he is.
The dragonfly is bigger than he is, but it's just like an ant, where an ant is way more powerful than their
Shrinks
size.
down to the size of an ant.
Yeah.
And he can
That's
lift like
stupid.
100 times
You
his
do
weight.
realize people squish ants with their finger
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the time.
Burn them with a magnifying glass.
Right.
Wow,
Not that I ever
that's
did that.
rude.
Uh,
I
well,
bet you.
okay, so yeah, I agree. Not every Marvel superhero needs a movie, but that's what Disney's doing now,
Right.
And
No,
that's
I
the
know.
point of the show. Is kind of like we have a lot of movies coming out, too many,
Way
I think.
too many.
And so I think part of the reason for this show is to kind of highlight that some of them don't need to be made. It's just I don't call it a money grab because there clearly are people who love Marvel,
Right.
But Ant-Man, like I'm a comic guy, or at least I was when I was a kid. I don't remember Ant-Man. I've never heard of Ant-Man.
Right.
I heard of Thor.
Right.
And the Hulk, obviously, and all the the standards. But Ant-Man,
Yeah, I know.
and there's a reason why no one cares about him.
It feels like they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's what it really feels like.
But I think he's like a second level superhero. I think he has a fan base.
Well,
But I just, God, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I would. Second level. When I think of second level, I think of Nick Fury, and Nick Fury, who even though he is instrumental in the Avengers, he's not at the same level as everyone else in the Avengers. I would look at him as a second level, a second tier superhero, but not Ant-Man.
No, Ant-Man is weird.
Are you calling him right now?
Yeah.
well, okay. So my only experience with Ant-Man was hearing about this person or thing today, but I can't remember exactly what they had said, but it seems like he's a pretty integral part of.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Oh, good.
It seemed like he was a pretty integral part of the Avengers storyline for the new movie. Is that maybe why they're making a movie about him?
They're trying to bring all of the Marvel people together for just like what DC's doing, and they're
Yeah.
bringing now it's Superman and Batman, and this they're trying to get everyone together so you can have an Avengers movie and you can have a Justice League movie,
Yeah.
and Justice League will be a lot better. And so I mean, it's just I don't know. I just don't think that it's.
I don't think I'll answer, but yeah, I think that's exactly what they're doing. I don't know. Anthony knows a little bit about what we're talking about, so hopefully he'll answer the phone. He's probably working on his cosplay.
How old is Anthony?
Who knows?
Well, he had a friend turn 25 today on Facebook, and he was really excited, so he's pretty young. I think he's like 24, 26, somewhere around there.
Who knows?
Does he not have voicemail?
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Anthony Buell, digital artist with Linden Lab. You can leave your name and number. and a
Digital
brief
artist?
message. I will get back to you as soon as
Digital
possible.
artist.
Thank you.
Let's leave him a message. I'm a digital artist with Lin Lab.
Hi,
Name's
Anthony.
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 I'm working on cosplay right now. If you leave me a message, I will tell me which cosplay you want me to perform. I will perform. We're on the radio, and we're talking about movies, Marvel movies and stuff. And I know you don't really do anything else but pay attention to this stuff. And we're talking about Ant-Man. So give me a call back at this number if you want to talk to the radio people about it, because you have a take on it. That's about as nice as I can be. Okay, there you left a message. So hopefully
All
we'll call
right.
back. Anyway, continue, please.
All right, next one. A little bit more of a serious note. It's by DreamWorks. It's called Bridge of Spies.
A little more serious,
little
called
bit-
Your Life Means Nothing from DreamWorks.
So Bridge of Spies. an upcoming historical spy thriller film directed by Steven Spielberg and written by Matt Charman and Ethan Coen. The film stars Tom Hanks and Amy Ryan. It's based on the 1960 U-2 incident. Do you guys know about that?
No.
The what?
U-2 incident. During the Cold War, there was
Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
no, not that one. No, there was not what just happened to Bono either. There was a American spy plane flying over the Soviet Union that was shot down.
Oh, okay.
And so,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is all about the lawyer who's put in the middle of it, and he's on a mission to get the release of the pilot who was shot down over the Soviet Union. Stars Tom Hanks and Amy Ryan. Comes out October 16th, and it says Tom Hanks, so I'll be seeing it.
You said Ethan Coen, so I'll be seeing it.
Yeah. And Amy Ryan.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who Amy Ryan is either. What has she been in?
I believe she was the one. Oh yeah, exactly. She was. I love The Office. Sorry, I love The Office. She was. Gosh, I can't remember her name. She was the one that married Michael on The Office.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not familiar.
Okay.
I like the BBC version of The Office. I tried to get into the American version, and I just disliked everybody who was cast in it.
Really?
Yeah, I just couldn't get behind
after
it.
seeing the BBC one, it's exactly the same, just different people. So I can see why you would be frustrated.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, whatever.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay. Next movie.
Well, are you going to see that? I mean,
yeah,
are we seeing that?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Tom Hanks, did you say?
Yeah.
He's okay.
Really?
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I wouldn't rush. I'm not going to run out to see it. I'll check it out,
Okay.
I guess. I like spy things.
But
I haven't seen Saving Mr. Banks. And I just
You haven't seen that
No,
movie?
because-
No, he
dude.
won't watch it.
I kind of don't care about it.
Oh, no.
Am I a bad Disneyland fan?
Yes.
Am
It's
I?
a great movie.
Is it?
Yes.
You've seen it?
I watched it on the plane without you.
I know this is not saying much, but it brought me to tears.
Yeah,
Just to
that's-
watch. And the reason why
It's
I said
easy to do.
No,
Oh.
I know it is.
Anthony? You there, buddy? I can't really hear you, though. No.
Hardly.
It's like you're on speakerphone, but your phone's turned around and you're underwater.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, friend.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
So just to, clarify, this is a family podcast, so, no cursing.
Be cool.
I'm on the
Yeah.
EarzUp.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well,
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Whoa.
Glad we can take you away from your cosplay. So this is how insane Anthony is about comic books. He's doing a Green Lantern, like, cosplay.
Which Green
Man.
Lantern?
more like kind of like New 52 style, but a little bit of Injustice thrown in there.
Okay.
He's like a fully armored version of Green Lantern.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, who's the character actually? I mean, what's the character's name that plays Green Lantern? It's not Hal Jordan or John Smith. Is that his name?
John Lithgow, I think is what it is.
This would be Hal Jordan's.
Hal Jordan. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Anthony. I don't know what you're talking about, but I love it. So we were talking about Ant-Man, and basically we were talking maybe overall about how there's so many kind of deep Marvel superhero movies coming out, and what's up with that? What's your opinion on that?
Everyone's pretty much projecting that Ant-Man's going to be Marvel's first flop. I don't know. I personally, I can't stand Ant-Man. I don't like the fact that he kind of takes on, the head of the Avengers, because, as we know, a lot of the Avengers are going to be stepping down after Civil War. So there has to be a bunch of new Avengers who are going to come in, but they've already messed up the timeline with how new Avengers are coming into it. So I don't know. I'm not happy with it. Plus, Ant-Man means Wasp is joining, and no one can stand Wasp.
Wasp?
Yes.
What does that even? See, I don't even know what that means. So someone in the chat room just made a point that a lot of these kind of sub characters intertwine in the comics.
Yeah.
And so does that mean that they just lend themselves naturally to more movies? So you have the Avengers, and then if you further the further adventures of the Avengers, you have to incorporate people like the Wasp and Ant-Man?
You have to, because obviously the more they intend to do with the Avengers, the more people they have to introduce. And plot lines that have to start crossing over. So now you're talking about bringing in things like Spider-Man, the X-Men, because you're bringing in these gigantic enemies, one of which you've seen multiple times, but they've made him completely trivial at this point, which is Thanos, who can basically wreck the Avengers just by raising his right hand. So there's all these people that they have to bring in before they can take on Thanos. So you've got Black Panther, Ant-Man, Wasp, Spider-Man joining in the Avengers, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver joining in on the Avengers.
But can't we just have a movie where the first 30 minutes is these characters are established? We don't need a backstory to everybody. I mean, the thing about Disney is that I think they're moving to is everybody needs a backstory. Like the Maleficent movie, she needs a backstory for some reason. She can't just be an evil person. There has to be a reason, and there has to be all this character development.
There has to be some turn that happened. Yeah, no, you're right.
You know, like in the show Lost. I love Lost, but what lost me about Lost, and what I didn't care about, is the backstory. I don't care how Lockbrook is lit. I don't care about it. But I mean, that's just how they told the story. But I don't know. I mean, do you think Ant-Man needs to be told?
No, not. I mean, well, because he's a major part of the Avengers. Like he's basically the equivalent of Tony Stark in the future. So I think having him be introduced a little bit more is probably a bit of a necessity. I mean, I personally I don't think so, because I think his story is boring. I don't like Ant-Man. I don't feel a need for Ant-Man. So, but there's this whole like notion that everyone needs to have like some sort of sympathy or can relate to these characters that are being introduced into these major plot lines. So they have to sit there for 2 hours and give you a sob story about how difficult their life is, how their father passed away and they were hit by a car at the age of 12.
Right.
So it's difficult to say. Like, I don't think Ant-Man's going to be a good movie because there's just not a lot to tell there about Ant-Man before he becomes an Avenger.
Okay. I like it. I like the take on it. What would be a good Marvel movie to do?
A good
like these deeper characters. As you said, building up for Thanos, whoever that is.
So Thanos is basically like the right hand of death. You see his glove at one point, actually in the vault of the first Thor movie. It's called the Infinity Gauntlet. It's basically a glove that allows him to control the universe and all of this weird, overly powerful comic book, kind of like godlike ability for Thanos. And those stones that they've brought up in multiple cases of these Marvel movies, these powerful galactic stones that blow things up.
Yeah.
Those are each one of the fingers of the Infinity Gauntlet. And once all the stones are gathered, Thanos gains his infinite power back.
I'm already lost. I already don't care.
So, but that they've missed that whole backstory so far. There's this huge war that's brewing, and it's essentially brewing between Tony Stark and Thanos. Like, their war between them is kind of what defines Tony Stark in the end. They've covered most of the good backstory. They've also messed up a lot of the good backstory with destroying, things like Wolverine. You've got Captain America's way backstory, which is him actually in the old wars with he crosses over with Logan in multiple occasions. Logan and Magneto cross over a lot. There's stuff that happens way before the timeline that they're currently at. It is really good for story.
Huh. Okay. Well, hopefully they'll do it. I don't know.
They want explosions. They want robots flying around.
Well, who doesn't, really? Let's be honest.
Right? I know. Luckily, the good news is they finally said that they're doing another Hulk movie, but it's actually one of the best storylines for the Hulk, which is going to be Planet Hulk.
It should be. Why not?
Right? Everyone loves the Hulk.
Everyone loves the Hulk. He's a little angry, but that's fine.
Everyone's a little angry.
I always thought a good storyline for the Hulk would be when he was like perma-Hulk and he couldn't change back and he was in Japan. I always thought that'd be great because in the comics he's just wearing a trench coat and a top hat and he was like hiding in plain sight. And I'm like, these people are the dumbest. There's just no, I don't understand. And he's just, super angry and jumping around. And he's like, I'm hanging out in Japan.
You think Japanese people were completely used to large green monsters, like just stomping around their city?
That might be it. They're like, we're not gonna, we know what happens when we tick off large green monsters, man. We're not even gonna touch this guy.
When he's angry.
All right, Anthony. Well, thanks for taking your time. Go back to cosplaying or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. You guys have fun.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, Anthony.
Peace.
Bye.
Just real quick to let you know, I just something just came across the EarzUp news desk. Yeah, Disney through one of their LLCs just purchased the Carousel Inn.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So we'll see what that means.
Can I also say that every time Anthony said Tony Stark, I was like, didn't he die? Because I've been reading Game of Thrones.
Oh.
So
No.
Starks are not.
Every time I hear Tony
Avengers.
Stark, I hear, oh God, and I forget the name of the Wu-Tang Clan member who went by Tony Starks, plural.
Oh, that's even.
Was it Ghostface?
Closer.
I forget who it was.
Ghostface Killer?
Tony Starks.
It may be.
Anyway,
We'll
continue.
look at that.
Continue on. Thanks, Anthony, for the rundown of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, we're going long. Should I start skipping?
No.
Whatever you want to do, man. We
don't
just
know.
won't interview more of my family.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
The next one is The Good Dinosaur by Pixar. Good Dinosaur asks the generations-old question, what if the cataclysmic asteroid that forever changed life on Earth actually missed the planet completely and giant dinosaurs never became extinct? So the movie follows Arlo, who sets out on a quest to restore peace and gaining an unlikely companion on the way, a young human boy named Spot. Stars John Lithgow, Neil Patrick Harris, Judy Greer, and Bill Hader.
Wow, that's a good cast. I will say that just from that description, wouldn't all of the humans just have died? Wouldn't have the dinosaurs just have eaten all the humans?
They probably wouldn't have even ever evolved.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But English evolved, oddly enough. Dinosaurs decided to,
Yeah, strange how that
yeah.
happens.
Well, and watching Justified, Arlo dies, and it's, Anyway. Who makes that? Pixar?
Pixar.
Yeah, I'll see it.
Wow.
You'll see that one, but not.
That is the worst movie so far.
Really? It's the most creative of them all.
How?
Don't look at him. Don't look at him. He will not help you.
Confirmation that
He
I'm hearing what I'm
He
hearing right
cannot
now.
help you right now.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the most original that you've said so far.
But it doesn't seem like the most interesting in my opinion.
I don't care. I'll see originality right at this point. I'm dying for something original in the movies these days.
All right. Whatever.
Continue, please.
Comes out November 25th. Jason, let me ask you. Do you know what comes out December 18th?
My kidney stone. I have no idea.
I know.
Yes, what?
Star Wars.
Yes.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Episode 7.
There you go.
All right, so we don't even need to get into it. Takes 30 years.
Oh yeah,
Takes-
I'm seeing it.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But I'm glad that, like most of the old cast, and I mean old,
Yeah.
is coming back
Oh,
to be in
man.
this movie as well.
Han Solo,
Han, Han
looking old.
He looks old but normal, but
Yeah.
Leia and Luke.
I haven't seen them yet.
Have you?
Well, I've seen Mark Hamill. I follow him on Twitter. But I haven't seen Carrie Fisher at all. I have some friends who went to that Star Wars celebration and hung out with, not really hung out, but met Carrie Fisher. And I don't know.
Train wreck.
So-
Probably. I mean, that's what
train wreck,
happens. You get old.
Yeah.
I'm super excited because I'm actually watching all 6 right now.
Wait, is this your first time seeing
Okay,
them?
it is not exactly my first time, but I've watched.
She's the only one who can take a no and stretch it.
Yeah, I watched the non-original 3, so episode 1, 2, and 3 before I saw the others.
4, 5, and 6.
Right, and so even though Jason made me watch 4, 5, and 6,
Right.
I didn't really pay close enough attention, so I never really knew what was.
She's seen
happening.
them, but she didn't pay attention
4,
to them.
5, and 6 are the good ones.
I understand that.
Okay.
We're actually going to do a show on this in the coming future.
Yeah.
In the
so
near
I don't,
future,
I don't
we're
want to
gonna
go
do a
too
show.
far
Okay.
into it,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah. So I'm halfway through. I started falling asleep last night, so I couldn't finish Empire Strikes Back. But I.
So far, she doesn't know that the Empire has struck back yet. She has no idea. She thinks
Empire
everything's
Strikes
fine.
Back's the best one.
But I did stop it before I fell asleep because I was like, I'm falling asleep and I really want to pay attention to this, so let's
Yeah.
stop it.
Okay, so yes, we're all seeing Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yes.
At midnight. the night it comes out.
Oh,
I'm
I
sure
don't
I'm
know
seeing
if I
it.
can handle that.
Oh,
It's going to be a
yeah.
line
I'm
of people.
32.
Oh, I'm fine.
I
I'm
can't
35.
really do
I'm gonna
that.
do that at
Okay.
midnight.
Well, I
have
might
to
do
see
it with you. I will see.
Okay.
Anyway, continue.
Next one is The Finest Hours, which is a Disneyland proper movie. It's an American disaster drama film directed by Craig Gillespie, and it's based on the 2009 book of the same name by Casey Sherman. The film is about as a true story of the Pendleton rescue mission attempt by Coast Guard ships off of the coast of Massachusetts. A storm hit and split asunder. I love that. 2 oil tankers in 1952.
No, bored. Don't care. Next. Bored.
Yeah, I agree
Bored.
with you. I agree with you. Casey Affleck, Eric Bana, and Chris Pine. And
Terrible
yeah,
cast.
it's not going to be very good.
No.
No, those
Why?
are terrible people.
Oh, here's an oil spill from the 50s when we didn't have enzymes to eat it up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next.
Well, it's not only an oil spill, but it's a rescue as well. They thought it was going to be everyone on the tankers were going to die, and it was a suicide mission, and they rescued 33 of the 34. Spoiler alert: 33 of the 34 crew members. So yeah, I'm not going to see that one either.
Great. You just told me about the movie. I can picture it in my head. Love it. Never going to see it.
Zootopia. This
Good
one I
movie
like.
already. Like
This
the
one
title has captured me.
Okay, so the modern mammal metropolis of Zootopia is a city like no other.
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
The modern mammal metropolis of Zootopia. That's good alliteration.
The modern mammal.
Metropolis.
Okay.
This is a movie
So,
as if humans don't exist. As
Right.
if, like
It's like Cars.
like Cars, but with animals.
Right.
So
So